Hey folks, hope we're all having a good day. Apologies for the lack of uploads. I would have uploaded this video a couple of days ago, but I've been completely without internet at the moment, so I might just upload it off my phone's hotspot instead and just kill my data. Um, but anyway, I did want to get this video out while the topic was fresh in my mind, and so here we go. So this is going to be part 3 of doing our tutorial base. Um, Actually, no, it's part 4 because I told you not to unclaim your base, and I told you also not to put holes in your base because that was part 3. But in this case here, part 4, I'm going to talk about some anti-worm defenses, and I'm going to do our next chunk of walls here, and basically show you how you could hard counter worms. So basically, what a worm is it's a cannon that stacks horizontally at bedrock. So the signature telltale sign that you've just been wormed is you'll see a sand stack like that all the way underneath the bottom of your base. So that's the main reason why we have extended revs. Now, a worm with a rev hybrid can breach any base in a straight line. There's nothing you can do about it. Um, I have of course those rev layers in the middle. Those are going to slow it down. They aren't going to stop it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about how to slow it down even more. And one of those ways is by using signs. So every second wall, basically, you want to put a sign at the bottom. So if we have, look, that's meant to be a wall there, by the way. I need to extend this all the way down. So is it just the wall that sort of is the end, I guess, of the last line of defenses, and is the start of like our actual, like I guess, in use base walls, the walls that are going to get hit the most. It's also going to be a non-regen chunk here. So we've already used one regen chunk, so we've got 5 more regen chunks to work with. But in this case here, what we can do with this wall is uh, sort of use that as a template to line out the rest of our flats here. So basically to completely well not hard counter, but massively slow down a worm, you want a sort of setup like this. So every 3 blocks, put in a sign. And I'm going to do this 4 times because in this set of walls here, I plan to have 8 walls. So basically what's going to happen now is provided that this cobblestone here is watered, this is all watered correctly, um, the worm is going to come in like this. So let's say you have a wall here. Your worm's going to come in like this. Now, the next shot, of course, your tunnel TNT is going to go off. So your tunnel TNT is going to clear out your stack, and then your tunnel TNT is going to explode here. Here, however, is in water. So the tunnel TNT stops there. And now when the worm tries to backstack, it actually cannot stack back through that sign. All the sand will get clumped up in that sign and despawn. So any previous walls where you have lava and water together, those are all going to fall back to bedrock and they're all going to regen. And basically that's going to force you to go through and bust through everything that's regened again. So once you go through, you finally, let's say this wall here regens, you finally stack back up to this point, and now you tunnel. Now this is a dry sign here, so you tunnel through this, TNT hits here, sand hits there, can't stack again. So you need to go through all of that again, and again, and again, for the amount of signs you have. So this is actually a really, really good method to stop worms. It can be countered by like a web bust worm, but in this case here, this is a really viable method to stop most shit. Well, not even shit, but it's going to stop, well, not stop, but slow down most decent worms unless they're heavily modified. So I'm just going to stack up all of these walls now. Because I'm just going to stack these all the way across this way here. I'm sort of just going to get the rough layout of it all. That's going to be a full wall there. We're going to put some water there, and we're going to put walls there as well. Because if we have like a 3 wide area, that's just wasted space there. We don't really want that, so we're just going to do full walls there as well. So put water there, then water on that one, and then I'll stack that up and then I think I'll put that wall in there. Or nah, I think I'll just have slabs at the bottom. Actually, I think slabs are fine. Perfect. So this is going to be the rough design of the walls that we're just going to continue along. So I'll just fill those in there, there, and there. And now I can just stack these all the way along. So I'll grab that block there, and then I'll also grab this top block here, and then I'll stack 80 north. See how that goes. Perfect. That's pretty close. The signs are, but you can't see them. They are still there though. You can see the water stop there, and I also have the hitbox. So this is just world edit being a bit funky. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and rotate this around just to save myself the trouble. So I'm just going to copy it from about here, and then I'm going to go rotate 90, and then I'm going to paste it here. Does that look right? I think that's right. Yeah, okay, perfect. That is exactly what I want. So I'm just gonna, I'll stack these along actually. Stack 80 west. Sweet. And then I'll stack this one as well. Might just do 100 for that one. Stack 95 north. Almost spot on there. Anyway, so we'll just patch up this corner now. Just making sure we do put the signs in around here. It isn't so important for the corner. It's only really the flats and the actual core of your base that you want to defend. But just to keep everything nice and symmetrical, and so I don't have a panic attack when I look top down at the base, I'm just going to do all of these signs as well. It doesn't matter about the orientation. They just need to be like signs there. Other blocks you can use, like apart from signs as well, is you can use a redstone, I'm pretty sure. Any like non-solid, like fully air block that isn't breakable by water will work here. So any type of sign, redstone, provided that you have like the faction upgrade to stop redstone. Are there any others that come to mind? Not really. I can't think of any others that do the same job as like science and redstone. Not like you really need like any others anyway. But I don't know, just fun to think about. Sometimes people do like weird things with their base, where they just have like random blocks because they look nice or something. I have seen that surprisingly often, to be completely honest as well. Anyway, I'm just gonna stack these walls around now. There's kind of no nice way to do that. It'll be a lot nicer like once I get like the full bottom frame up. Like, oh, I can just set this to cobblestone, I guess. Set cobblestone, and then I can also set that one to cobblestone. Yes, good. So we want. I'm kind of second guessing it now because I'm thinking I actually need to raise these walls here up, and the reason for that is I think if you put a creeper egg at the bottom. Okay, I can't spawn them here, but I'm getting the feeling if you put like a creeper egg at the very bottom there, I think that might actually bust them because the creeper won't be able to swim up because the block's there. So I'm gonna finish this. Might actually just replace all the water to be honest. Yeah, let's do that. Better safe than sorry. I don't want to take the risk giving someone like an obviously bad base defense. So to be safe, I'm just gonna move everything up. So I'm just gonna move all of that. That did not work as well as I wanted. Where are we? Yeah, this one. Apologies if you can hear a crow in my mic as well. Doesn't want to shut up for some reason. Okay, there we go. Move one up, and then I'll move this one up as well. And then I'm just going to select this entire thing and just replace water air on this side here. Replace water air. Okay, I'll just do the end as well. Replace water, air. I can keep all the signs, of course. The signs are fine. It's just the actual positioning of the water that I'm not 100% confident will work. All right, where are we? So we still got all the signs in. Again, that's just a visual glitch. Probably I can fix it with a relog. But I'm not going to be doing that because I am well recording, obviously. I don't really want to waste people's time so much. Anyway, let me just get all of these in here, and then for the like the full wall ones, I'm just going to stack them down a block, and which is this one here. And I'll just stack that down, stack down. I'm using the second position, so I'll go over here and stack one down, and then grab this one. Yep, that one there, and there to there, stack one down. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Grab that block there, and then that block there, stack one down. And finally this one as well. Stack one down, and then stack one down. So now it's just a matter of putting in all the water. And I don't think that's like a really nice way I can do this. I might just go with the good old sand trick, to be honest. Set water. Or maybe it will flow. Set water. If I update it, does this work? Nah, it just does the one on the side. That's so annoying. Anyway, it's all good. Just set sand, and then I'll go across and set you as well to sand, and then I'll just break it. Sweet. Now while all that water flows there and all the sand falls, I'll just start on the next row as well. Why did I do that? Set water. Set water. And set sand. Sweet. That's all falling down now. And then I'll set this one to sand as well. And I can just break that. Perfect. So yeah, all that sand's doing there is just updating all the water sources so they will flow properly. Just saves me from having to go through and do a lot more work. Water, and then this one as well. Water, and then here. Set sand, and then set sand, and then of course break that sand. Finally, the last row. So I'll just go set water. Of course, this sign method here is only really going to be good if you have like the majority of your regions in front of you, because it's basically just abusing the fact that all the lava flows back in once you do destroy that sand stack with the sign. Set the sand. So I would only do that in like your last chunk or last two chunks of walls, and because that's where you're going to get like the most use out of it. Sweet. All right. So that should be all the water done at the bottom here, and now this should be creep break proof. So I'm pretty sure if you put a creep break in these now, it's not gonna go off properly. It's just gonna swim up, and it's gonna be completely harmless. So I'll just come over to this side here, and then I just want to make sure all the sand's fallen, which it has. Replace sand air. Wow, are you serious? Okay, that fills it back in. Sweet. Okay, cool. So I can just update that side. That's good to know. And then that one too. Wait, is there water in that? Yes. No. Oh, it was this side. Okay. was so confused for a second. Anyway, I'll just stack this whole set of walls up now. So I'll just hop over here, stack 384 up, and then I'll do the same here. If you do get attempted by a worm, it will be really quite important to fill in those signs as well. And another thing that I see is like when people do get attempted by worms, they almost never break the sand that the worm goes in. So often, like people can just breach through the exact same worm spot. So if you do have like a bit of extra time, 100% go down to bedrock and fix that up. Undo. I want to replace air sand, stack one down, place sand, sand water. And then I'll do the exact same thing here. But before I update it, the one thing that I do want to do is I want to put in like another frame, I guess, of a wall there. Place air sand, stack one down, sand water. Oh, I've cocked that. Is it all okay or is it a bit cooked? I think it's okay. Water. So this spot here, and I'll just get this all the way around to this edge here. Oh, I did not want to do that. Unfortunate. I'll deal with that in the next episode, I guess. Anyway, I'll just update all this sand now, and you can just do that by just breaking that block all the way around. I'll go off like a chain reaction, and my frames are gonna die, I reckon. Nah, holding up, okay. See. I think I'm like mildly worried about. Oh well, I'm not. Wouldn't say worried about it. I know it might be a problem. But just clearing out all the sand might just leave uh, water spots in the middle. Place sand here because I don't update it. Yeah. Anyway, might be an easy fix for that, and I'll see if I can just run around. Yeah. Okay. Cool. There. 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 It's important as fuck that you don't have those dry. By the way, if you have those dry, then like they'll just be able to tunnel straight through it. So make sure you do not have those dry. And sweet, that should be pretty much good then. Only unfortunate thing again is just the fact that I don't have that wall there, but I suppose I can just world edit in a wall and I'll just cover that entire spot there. So just before I do cap off this episode here, I talk about like the chunks we got left to work with and the regen composition that I'm going to use. So we've used one chunk of regens here, and we've also used one chunk of um, flat walls, non-regen walls, effectively. So from this point on, we've got 5 chunks of regens to use, and we've got 5 chunks of regens and 5 chunks of flats. So we've got 10 more chunks of buffer left to do. So my thinking at this point here is I'm going to make 5 chunks of regens, and I have 3 chunks of regens, a gap of 2, chunk of regens, gap of 2, regens, check wall. The only slight concern that I would have would be no real patch oceans. But I suppose I can just have the check wall and I can just make this very, very front wall here a patch ocean. And then if shit goes south, you can use where the pillars are as a patch ocean as well. So if they do start breaking through these, the regions that I'm going to have in here, that's going to be generally where you just start patching in the patch wall oceans. So anyway, I'm just gonna quickly mark these out just to sort of, for the next episode, remember what I was doing. So 3 chunks of regions will take us up to, yep, will take us up to 4 chunks of regions. So I'm gonna take this out to here, and then I'm just gonna change all the concrete colors effectively, just so I know what I'm dealing with. So replace light blue concrete with lime concrete. Yes, replace blue concrete, green concrete. Nice. All right, so that's all regions, and then it's going to be this row here also as regions. Now, I don't see these get used a whole lot on complex, and I really don't know why. I reckon they're like the best thing that you can do on complex, especially with these lower limits, is having pillars. So the big advantage around pillars is the fact that you can't put a 5 wide hole in a pillar. You can only destroy like a single pillar per shot effectively. So what we're basically going to be doing in here is we're going to have lots and lots of pillars, and we're going to be trying to force people to adjust as much as possible to get through this base. So this one here. So basically what I'm going to do is these chunks here are going to be non-offset hot dogs and filters and stuff like that. And I'll just quickly show you what I mean. So if we say we've got 3 or 4 hot dogs here, let's make it. Oh, you can't really make that look nice. That's a bit unfortunate. Let's say we've got 3 hot dogs here. Now, of course, to bust these hot dogs effectively, um, you can't easily do it with a push concrete, which is currently the meta. What you're basically going to need to do is backstack. And this is where the pillars really come into their own. And that's what you can do is you can basically cake a bunch of pillars like this. And you just need to keep in mind, so that's our regen chunk again. So we'll just leave this one here. And basically you are giving them a massive distance they need to backstack while still having effectively full walls there. So we're going to do the opposite thing on this side here, and we're going to have our hot dogs like that. And then we'll line the pillars up at the back with those hot dogs. 1, 2, 3, and then, that's right, that doesn't work. And then we'll just go pillar, 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 pillar. Perfect. So to bust the front hot dog, you basically need a backstack, almost 3 whole chunks. And to bust these front pillars here, or these front hot dogs, again, you need a backstack like a whole 3 chunks. And the reason why we don't have this all as a one long hot dog is because, well, you can not AP it, but like you can double tap through it. So we're having like 3 distinct segments in them. And we have the pillars lined up in such a way that in order to break the front hot dogs, they need to backstack through this massive gap in the pillars here, which is an absolute pain in the ass, especially if you have someone in the patch ocean with a shovel. You can just break all the backstacks. And then to make life even more miserable for them, we will have a nice big mix of. I'm not actually sure what the scientific word for these regions are. I just call them lava spam. But we'll have a bunch of these lava spam regions like this, and we'll have these all offset like this. So we'll have one like that, and then of course the second one we will have like that, and then the third one we'll have like that. And again, basically you need to backstack these side bits here, or you can go 1, 2, 3 in the middle, and that forces you to adjust through an absolute shit ton of pillars. So in a situation like this, where you've got a good 6 chunks of regens to work with, this would be my preferred style of base. I'm a big sucker for pillars. I see that like either not many people on complex use them or know how to use them well. um, but I absolutely love pillars when they're used correctly. Forcing people to adjust through pillars can like double or effectively triple the amount of walls they need to break through. So especially in a spot like this where you just have a bunch of offset regens and you need to keep going through different spots, these pillars in the middle here will just save you so much time. And basically when people start digging a big enough hole through these pillars, you then just have these 2 extra chunks here to start patching in. And then likewise, what we'll do at the very, very front is I'll probably have a cobble wall, maybe 3 or 4 cobble walls. Of course, we can't have lava in that chunk. And then we'll have a sand wall. And then my preferred style of checkbox will have another cobble wall, and then we'll have just a very, very small patch ocean here. It isn't a whole lot to work with, but as your base gets opened up more and more, you'll get to be able to use this as a patch ocean. You can use this as a patch ocean as well. So yeah, that's sort of my thinking behind where the rest of this base is going. Of course, in due time, I will continue to upload the videos. So the next one I'll probably do the front walls, and then I'll start filling in the regens, and then we will just go from there. So yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something new, especially how to counter worms. It is really easy once you understand how they work. And yeah, have a good day wherever you are.